Hello everyone, welcome to the third part of the Remaking Doors in Roblox Studio series. Today what we're going to be going over is making more advanced um, room generation instead of just having it in a straight line like we have right now. We want to actually implement, turns, maybe different levels like this. We have a ladder that goes up to the second level. So that's what we're going to be going over today. So I built these three other room types. We have the left turn, the right turn, and the ladder. Um, I've been seeing comments saying like that you guys are struggling with building rooms and all this stuff. Um, I'm gonna be making an updated model that includes everything that we have done up to this point, including today's tutorial, where it'll have like the more advanced generation script in it. With all of these rooms will be included in it. Um, in case you guys are having trouble with making actual rooms, these can serve as like a template for you guys. But that will be in the description of the video. So be sure to check that out if you are struggling with, you know, making rooms. But today what we're going to be going over is basically implementing these into our generation script. So if we just take these and put them inside of our possible hallways folder and run it, as you can see, when we run it, um, they can get overlapped because if you have if you have multiple turns in a row, so we have multiple left turns in a row, um, and they overlap over each other. So what they do is they basically prevent like the player from actually getting to the door. As you can see here, this wall is just blocking the door, and it just looks like trash. It looks like ass, basically. So what we're going to be implementing is a way to have these be, where if it's a left turn, the next turn will be a right turn so that they don't overlap on each other. So we have to make some edits to our generation script to do this. So what we're going to start out with is we are going to insert a new module script into our under our generation script. We're going to rename this to room info. We're going to go local room info and then return room info, and we'll just go ahead and enter on these schooly brackies. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to go through each and every one of our hallway types, and we're going to put them inside this module script so we can access them through our generation script. So what we're going to start off with is we're going to do square brackets, and we'll do equals squiggly brackets enter and then comma. So we have 5 different room types, so we'll make 5 different ones of these. So we'll just copy and paste it 5 times. So we're going to put in the first one, we're going to put short hallway. Then we'll define the long hallway. And make sure you're keeping these names consistent with what you have them named here. So if you don't have a space in here, keep them, with no space here. So then what we're going to do is we have left turn, right turn, and then we have ladder. And we're going to leave the short hallway, long hallway, ladder. We're going to leave those alone. What we do need to do though is we need to define the direction that the left turn and the right turn are. So what we're going to do that is we're going to do square brackets, direction, and then we're going to go equals left, like that. And then for the right turn we can do the same thing, except change the left to right. So now that we have all the rooms actually put into a module script where we can access them, we now need to access them in the actual generation script. So what we're going to do is we are going to make some changes to the actual generation script. We're going to make a new function for getting the actual room. So we'll go prev room. So we'll do function get room, and we'll put prev room inside of these parentheses. So because we're going to send over the previous room from this to this. So basically what we need to do now is we need to get the actual module script. So, and also another thing, sorry, we need to take this code and we need to just put it right up here. So That's basically all we need to do. And we need to change this. We got to get rid of this. And we do get room and send over the previous room like that. So now what we need to do is we need to actually get the rooms and all that stuff. So we're gonna make a new table, local room equals that. Then we're gonna go room.info equals require script.room.info like that. Then we're gonna go room.lastTurn equals nil, and then we're gonna go room.random equals random.nil. So basically what this is doing is we're getting the room's info, we're requiring this module script. Anytime you're getting the module script from an actual normal script, you have to do, require and then the actual script. But so that's what we're doing, and then we're setting the last turn to nil. So this is set to nil, but when there is a turn, we're gonna set this value to whatever the turn was. So let's say the turn was left, we're gonna set this value to left. Let's say it was right, we're gonna set it to right. That's basically how we're gonna find the previous turns. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to edit this get room function. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna define direction. We're gonna go local direction equals room.info. Let me think. Random room dot name, and then we're gonna go direction. So we're basically, and then what we're gonna do is this. So I'm gonna show you, and then I'll explain it. We're gonna go if preroom.name equals random room.name, or direction and direction equals room dot last turn, then we are going to return the function. So we're just going to do get room pre-room like that. But if it isn't, right? So basically, let me explain what this is doing. So, and then we'll just go ahead and throw in an else right here. So what we're doing is we're checking. We're saying if the previous room is the same as the room we just generated, then we're gonna regenerate it, because we don't want the same two rooms in a row. And then we're gonna say, and then we're also checking if the direction is, if let's say the room has a direction, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check if that direction is the same as the last turn. So let's say the last turn was left, right? And then we have a straight, and then we have another left. We can't have that. So we are checking to see if the new turn that we just generated is the same as the last turn we had. So we can't have two lefts, because then they'll start overlapping on themselves and it'll look like shit. So we're just checking if we had, if we have the same turn. And then if we do, then we're gonna return this, and basically what it's doing is it's recalling the function until we get the actual room that we want. So that's basically what that's doing. So then we're gonna do is we're gonna say else if direction then room dot last turn equals direction, and then we'll just return random room. So what this is doing is it's just seeing, so if let's say it passes all these checks, it's not the same as the last one, it has the same direction. If it has a direction, then we're going to set that last turn to that direction. So let's say we generate a right turn room, it'll set it to right, and then we'll just return the actual room, so that we can access it here. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and change this to 15, so we have a little bit more rooms to see, and let's go ahead and hit run and see what we have now. So as you can see, now we have some pretty cool, you know, generation. We have, one, then we have a turn, then we have two, we have another turn, then we have the third room, we have a ladder that goes up, then we have five, another ladder, seven, turn, ladder, 10. So, yep, we have some pretty more advanced room generation than just having it into a basic straight line. And we can go ahead and set this to, let's go ahead and set it to like 40 rooms. If we set it to 40 rooms, let's see what it did. Let's see what it does. As you can see, it's going off into this direction, but as you can see, there is no room that's the same as the previous room. So, and there's no overlapping anymore. So if you just go all the way down here, you could see there's no room that's the same as the other one. So that's basically how you make, more advanced room generation for your game. And another thing I want to address, I've seen a lot of comments saying, I made an edit and the room stopped generating. I made an edit to a room and the room doesn't generate anymore. If you're making edits to your room, like let's say you're adding details to your rooms, I'm going to show you like what you need to do to just add details. So let's say I wanted to make like a pillar in this room, right? First of all, anchor it. Make sure it's anchored. Second of all, when you're doing it, so let's just make it like this, right? We'll just, do like this, and we'll just do like this. So let's say we had like two pillars in the short hallway. You're gonna take the new things that you added to it, and you're gonna just add it into the actual short hallway. And also, make sure of another thing. Let me just see really quick if this does what I think it's gonna do. Where's a short one right here? Oh no, okay, never mind. I was just looking to see if grouping them made anything else, made it not work, but it looks like it's fine. So yeah, make sure whatever you add is actually inside the model, because if you don't have it in the model, it's not gonna get generated with everything else. If I just have this out here, and then I take this short hallway and I put it back in here, first of all, you could see that they're not even in the model, and second of all, they don't get generated with everything else. So make sure that you're actually putting it in the model. And if you're getting confused, don't ungroup this. Don't ungroup the short hallway. Just take whatever you add and just put it inside the model. So pretty simple. But yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff about that. It's in the comments. So that's just basically how you make, if you wanted to add more details to your rooms, that's basically how you do it. But yeah, that concludes the third episode of how to make a doors game in Roblox. Like I said, in the description there will be a link to a model that is updated with everything we've done up to this point, part 1, 2, and 3. So check that out. If you're getting confused or if something's not working, you could check that out. And it's basically a template for you to use to do whatever you want with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The support has been amazing recently on this series, especially. Please, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one.